What's up? What's up, live stream? How y'all doing tonight? Just thought I would come and hang out for a little bit, say what's up, see what's up, and yeah, that's what we got going on. So I'll let y'all come in here. Mm-mm. What's up, Nick? How's it going, Nick S? Mm-mm. I'm just overlooking my workout today. I need to do more back, more back. Something I need to work on. Good. How are you? Oh, I'm pretty good. So today was Saturday. Today was somewhat of a chill day for me. What did I do that was special? I went to the gym earlier today. Then afterwards, I helped someone move. Right. That was for a couple hours. Um, and that was pretty much the highlight of my day. I was going to, I went to the grocery store. You know, so it wasn't like too special. It was just like a normal, typical day. Yeah, I take it. I do. I went to the gym today. What did I do today? I did mm, I did a bunch of ab crunches on the ab machine. Then I did the leg curl, and then the kneeling twist, where you get them obliques. I did a bunch of that, and then I also did pec fly, you know, oof, oof. And then I also did bent over row, Romanian deadlift, barbell good morning, the 45 degrees sled, and then the hip abduction. So I did like all like upper body and lower body. I did not track the curls I did. I did some arm curls I did not track. Hey Jay, do you still have all your electric bikes? No, I only have two now. I have two now, and the problem with the two, one needs a new battery. The other one is just has a flat tire. Both bikes are fat tire bikes. So they're not like bikes I can just ride. Because you can't really ride a fat tire bike. Yeah, the wheel's too big. I'm 72 years old and pretty damn high. I started smoking weed in 1970 at the very tail end of becoming a cop out of the evidence locker. So you were smoking the weed out of the evidence locker. That's crazy. I mean, I guess that's how you get the weed, right? I mean, I don't know. Thanks for letting us know. Now we know how some cops get their weed. They get it from the evidence locker. This has been confirmed via YouTube live stream in the comments. Anyway. Gosh, my finger, my hands are super ashy. What else is good with y'all tonight? I'm supposed to make food a little bit later. We'll see how that goes. Yeah, so I want to, the bike that I need the battery for. I really want to sell it. I know it'll be very hard to sell. I can sell it for really cheap, but it'd be really hard to sell because how would they know it actually works? If they don't have the battery. But they could very well have another bike like that. You know. But then I could just buy a battery for it, and then I would have a nice electric bike because that's a very fast electric bike. So I might just do that. I know for sure I'm gonna have to replace the tire on that bike and taking the back wheel off. Man, it sucks on those big e-bikes. Hi, you are very black. Oh, I'm very black? Okay, what does that mean? I'm trying to figure that out. Is it just because I have like dreadlocks? Is that why you're saying that? You say I'm very black. Oh, not racist. What do you mean I'm very black? Like, I think most black people are much darker than me. Like, I'm not like light skinned, but I'm also not like black, right? I'm a little on the brown side, right? Mm, like Snoop Dogg. Like Snoop Dogg. Y'all like Snoop? You like Snoop Dogg? I like Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg is he's a good he's a trip. Him and Martha Stewart, how they're like friends, and they're just so opposite. She's like the housewife, the cook, and he's like a rapper who's a stoner. I think that's a trip. And they also went to jail together, didn't they? No, they didn't go to jail together, but I think they both have served time. So they're. Have Snoop Dogg been to jail? I'm pretty sure. You should do a ancestry DNA test. Maybe I should. I kind of don't want to know what it says. Yeah, I kind of don't want to know what it says, but maybe I should. Maybe I should do it for fun. They could make a cool video idea. hmm Are you ready for Trump? Yeah, I'm totally ready. Um, I'm totally ready. But one thing I will say, and this is kind of concerning, is I think just like before, when Trump was in office before, what happened that we what happened that was a big surprise? It was the pandemic. So no one saw that coming. That just came out of left field. You know what I mean? We just woke up one day and then we saw it in China. And then people were thinking, oh no, it's not gonna come here, it's just gonna stay over there. And then it slowly got worse and worse and worse. And then it came over here and then everything closed down. Okay. So we did not see that coming. We were not thinking about that. That was a surprise. And that changed life big time. Okay, a lot of things changed. Y'all remember what them days was, waiting in line to go into the gas station, waiting in line to go into the grocery store. You gotta wear a mask, you gotta wear 2 masks, you gotta wear 3, all these masks and shit. Things change. Nowadays, you have large percent of the population walking around with ski mask on, just to cover up their face. And then they say it could be COVID, right? So basically what I'm saying is a lot of things change. Now, what could happen that could come out of left field that could just shock us all? What could happen? Some people say war. Mm, I don't say war. No, I don't see. I don't think war would be a big thing. I think what I'm more afraid of is what if the electricity goes out for like a couple months? Like I'm afraid of stuff like that. Like those are things that creep me out. So I sure hope nothing like that happens. You know, what if the internet goes out, right? What if there's mass hacking and like majority of websites that we go to, like they just don't work? You know, what if there's underwater cables just getting blown up left and right? Like I'm more worried about like things like that. Because that's kind of like a left field thing. Like, oh, we didn't see that coming, you know? I don't know. Also, we can watch The Simpsons too, because The Simpsons would let us know a lot of information. The Simpsons like to predict. Yeah, it definitely did. Democrats still wearing masks though. Why they do that? Well, you know, whenever you see someone wearing a mask, they may be doing it because maybe they are sick, and it may not necessarily mean that they have COVID. It means that maybe they just have a cough, right? And they just want to put a mask on, just not to give it to you, okay? Um, Now in Asian culture, this has been a thing for years, right? I just remember going to Thailand, you would definitely see people wearing masks, right? Randomly. You would see someone sitting on a plane, they would have a mask on, or you would see someone, out with a mask on, like it was like normal. But I think that that's becoming more normal in Western culture, right? Now, me, if I have a cold, I'm not necessarily gonna go wear a mask, right? However, there are people that will, okay? And if you think about it, that's kind of good that people actually wear a mask if they actually have a cold, okay? Because, like I say, it may not necessarily be COVID, but it could just be a cold. And if I get on an elevator with five other people and I happen to cough, well, there's nowhere for the cough to escape, you know what I mean? And if I have a mask on, at least, it's some sort of coverage, you know what I mean? So, I mean, I'm not necessarily trying to take up for people wearing masks, but like I totally get that part of it. Now on the flip side, you have people wearing masks to cover their face because they want to maybe do something that they shouldn't do, or maybe they want to cover their face for, I don't know, maybe other reasons. Maybe they self-conscious, or I don't know, maybe some other reason, right? But I definitely have noticed that. Um, but yeah, I don't know. Just ski masks are a little scary. When you see people wearing ski masks, I'm just like, bro, why are you wearing a ski mask right now? You know. The Simpsons. Are you okay with DEI hiring? What's your opinion? Okay, we can talk about that one for a minute. Honestly, I'm totally not okay with it. I'm totally not okay with it at all. Um, to the point of when it comes, okay, you guys know how like, Facebook. Hold on, let me cut my brightness. Okay, you know how like Facebook, not Facebook. Well, no, like Facebook and Microsoft and all these companies, right? Well, what they do is they go to other countries and they hire other people. Now, there's this argument made that they're hiring these other people in these other countries because they're paying these workers less money, okay? There's that argument. But there's also this argument that they're hiring these people from these other countries because they can't find the talent in the US, because they don't teach the same stuff in schools in the US, right? Also, you got to think about something too. In the US, like you take some of the best private schools in the US, okay? Who goes to some of the best private schools in the country? The richest people in the country. So some of the richest people in the country they have a lot of options when they graduate high school. They might walk straight into a business that that their family owns, you know? So they may not necessarily have the same brains to go around, you know, unlike in other countries. Am I making any sense? Um, so I think it's okay to get people, you know, to fill tech jobs from other countries because once again, if you can't find those people here and you need the people fill the jobs so we can continue to grow, like go hire the freaking people that can get the job done, right? So like I don't necessarily agree with DIY hires, DEI hires. I don't agree with that. Um, I think what they should do is, this may sound a little crazy and this may sound a little out there, but if I think if they really cared that much about it, right, they would just put the best people in those positions and then they should create some sort of training to get their, people to check the boxes. They should create some sort of training for them to go through, right? If they want to do it that way, right? But just taking someone and just putting them on the front line just because, they're black or they're, this color or that color or they're a woman or whatever. No, I think that's fucking horrible. And I think that's just bullshit. Like, what? I mean, to be a firefighter, I mean, I always thought that you had to be able to carry a person out of a burning building. Okay? That's what I thought. I thought you had to be able to carry like a 200-pound person, like by yourself. Now, me, I can't do that. Like, I cannot pick up a 200-pound person. Okay? There's a lot of guys out there that can, but there's a lot of guys that can't. I just wonder how many women can. Okay? I just wonder how many women can pick up a 200-pound person. If it's a big woman, yeah, for sure. Like that fire chief in LA, I'm pretty sure she looked like she can pick up a 200-pound person. But if you think about it, that's kind of difficult to pick up a 200-pound person. Like, that's not really easy. I mean, like I said, I couldn't do it. Like, I would need some help, you know? I mean, maybe two people my size, we can definitely save you from a burning building. But me, myself, like, I'd probably break my damn back trying to pick up a 200-pound person, you know? But also, you got to think, look at firefighters. Like, man, they're built, They're not little scrawny dudes. Like, they're built, right? And also, like, that's a very dangerous job. Bottom line, it's a dangerous job. And I'm not trying to say, oh, it's a man's job. But what I'm saying is, men are typically, men do way more riskier things than women on average. Bottom line. Bottom line. Look at motorcycles, okay? How many men ride motorcycles versus women? You know why? They're extremely fucking dangerous. Yo, you want to die? Go get a motorcycle. um, but like, men just do things that are way more dangerous. I mean, think about it. I mean, when it comes to hiking. I mean, well, not hiking. When it comes to I said hiking. When it comes to like, I mean, just when it comes to driving. I mean, think about it. Like, men are way more aggressive when it comes to driving. I mean, think about it. So yeah, I think that I don't know. I'm not exactly saying that there should not be women firefighters. That's not what I'm saying here. Because, like I say, like there are some women out there that can definitely hold their own. They can hold their own. But to just tell someone to take this position just because it looks good in the media that you have a black person, a white person, an Asian person, a Latino. No, that's just kind of bullshit. Like it is. Like it is. If you go to New York and you go around New York, you see like certain industries are dominated by certain people. And some people would say that's segregated, but also some people would say, well, those are the best people doing the jobs, right? When you go to the, when you want a pizza, right? Where do you go? You go to an Italian restaurant. Well, the reason why you go to an Italian restaurant because they make the best pizzas, right? The reason why you go to, you know, um, let me stop here. Anyway, let's get off the New York topic. It's not just Dems, it's anyone that's not like you. They dim. I guess so. They dim. They definitely do. Yeah, if nothing else, the mask is polite. Did you buy one of those colored? No, I got. So this is a light. I've had this one for a while, but like you can control it on your phone. Yeah, I got one of those. Um, no, you can't. You're just trying to link certain groups together. No, I'm not trying to link certain groups together. Or maybe I am. I don't know what I'm talking about. Jay, do you still feel positive about the COVID vaccine and vaccine in general? I don't think so. I want the Bill Gates to be the vaccine guru. No, so I don't do the COVID. I don't do all those COVID shots anymore. No, I don't like that. No, I don't. No injections inside my body. Um, do you feel we should drug test before giving welfare handouts or refusing to work? Okay, this is a tricky one here. This is a tricky one here, and I'm gonna sort of. I know I'm gonna have to sort of take the Democratic side on this side. Sorry, but I say that you probably should give them welfare and not drug test them because this brings up another question. What drugs are you drug testing them for? Are you drug testing them for weed? Or are you drug testing them for are you drug testing them for weed and mushrooms? Or are you drug testing them for everything else? Because if you let them have weed and mushrooms, I get that. But if you drug test them for everything else and weed and mushrooms, I can see that being a problem. Because I don't know, I might have to go back on my answer. I may have to lean more right now because I just thought about something. Okay, pretty much this. If you if they're on drugs and you give them welfare or you give them housing, now they have the opportunity to change their surroundings. Okay, so now since you give them housing, now they have the opportunity to change their surroundings. Okay, so that can very well help them break a habit that they have formed because they've been around maybe a different environment now. Now, since you give them a home or you give them a place to stay, now since they're not roaming the streets all day, now they're indoors, right? Now they can take a shower, they can go to the bathroom, okay? They can chill out, they can have a meal and stuff like that. They can get on their feet. That's one way you can kind of get them to get on your feet, get them to get on their feet. But then on the flip side, I can see it going the other way. I can see how you would not want them to be on any drugs when you enter the system because you wouldn't want this person that's on drugs to pollute the system that you have in place. you wouldn't, maybe you wouldn't want this outside person to, you know, be the one that's, drugged out around everyone else, and, during dinner time or whatever. So I can kind of see it being both ways. I can kind of see it being like no, but then I can also see it being like yes, because you can you can give them a safe place to go. You can give them a place to break some of those habits, you know? So I don't know. Thanks, Bobby. That was a really good question. Hey, Marty, what's going on? What's good, Tony? What's good? It's all about the training. It's all about the training. Oh, you at 224? 224. Kevin O'Leary says he's offering TikTok $20 billion. $20 billion, that's a lot of money, y'all. That'd be cool. If he buys TikTok, I'll actually I'll start posting on TikTok. If if he buys it, yeah, I will post. I'll start posting on TikTok. But like I don't use TikTok because I mean I don't want to get into it, but I just don't use TikTok. Wait, you're so cute. I'm single. Are you single? Who? How old are you? Yeah, how old are you? You look really young in your photo. They all left though, bro. In their uniforms alone, they carry 100 pounds more. Yeah, they all are. They freaking all are. Yeah, they freaking all are. What's new, Jay? Nothing's new. Nothing's new, really. Um, I just been staying at home a lot lately. I haven't been going out that much. Yeah, I've just been really excited about like cryptocurrency and stuff like that. So I haven't been going out that much. And then also like it's like election time is coming up. Like the inauguration's coming up. So like I don't really want to be out too much because like this happened the other night. So I was out and like I was like hanging out with some people, and then this homie walked up that I knew, and he was just like, he just said a bunch of political stuff, and I was just like, dang, you know. I mean, it's cool, you know, but he said it in front of the people I was talking to, so like I was just kind of like, oh shit, fuck. I'm just like, dang, I'm gonna have to start hanging out somewhere else, you know. So I was tripping, cause TikTok is lame. Yeah, I just don't like TikTok. Do you miss traveling the world? I do, but I also don't mind living in one place. I totally do not mind living in one place. Okay, for example, this is one thing that just had me a little bummed out about traveling the world for like long periods of time. So there was this one time period where I was gone for like 6 months, right? I literally left the US for 1 month and thought I was gonna come back in 1 month and came back 6 months later. Yo, I took a small backpack because I thought I was just gonna go to South Africa for 1 month. Like I say, okay, the thing about traveling like that is everything's new, right? And that can be a lot of fun. That can be very entertaining. You wake up in a new place and you're walking around a new area and then you find a new restaurant that you like. And then you find, this little market that you like, and then you're staying in this little town for 4 days. But after the third day, you like it so much and you got plenty of time, and what do you say? You say, okay, I'm gonna stay another week. Okay, and then you say, okay, I'm gonna stay another week. I'm gonna stay. So you end up staying a month. Okay, and then yeah, you like this place. It's dope. You had a great time. You met some people at the shop down the street, and you always talk to the people at the front desk at the hotel that you were staying at, right? You had a great time. Maybe you had a couple girls you were smashing, right? But then you leave. Okay, off to the next place. Now, some people would look at that and say, "Oh, that's great, man. That's cool. That's great." But I don't know. Over time, like it sort of loses its significance. It does because you are constantly like you're not you're like planting a tree and you're pulling the roots up, and you're planting a tree and you're pulling the roots up, and you're planting the tree and you're pulling the roots up, and it's fun. But then it's also like things are very short lived. You know, things are very short lived, and then you have challenges along the way. You go to a new place, you can't find a vegan restaurant. You know, you go to this country, you can't find this food. You go over here, you can't find that. You know, the data is much more expensive in this country than it was in that country. You know, you just go with the flow. So I am just kind of like I like living in one place. I like going to Amazon, right? And I can order something from Amazon and it comes tomorrow or the next day. When I was traveling for 6 months, you know how many things I ordered off the internet? Not many. No, not many at all. Because pretty much in 6 months, I didn't order anything off the internet because I didn't have anywhere to ship it to. You know how many times where like I would be scrolling and I would see something that I want and I'm like, yo, oh dang, I can't just buy that off. Like you just be randomly you see something online and you just buy it. Hey, well, you can't do that. Now there is a really really good benefit to that. It'll force you to save money, right? Because all the stuff you see on the internet you can't buy because you can't have it shipped to you. So it will force you to save money, which is a good thing in itself. But you know, living in one place and living in one place and doing things and being a part of a particular community is beautiful. I'm telling you, it really is. It's a lot of fun to live in San Francisco and just do the mundane things, right? Cycle by the Golden Gate Bridge, you know, go hang out at Twin Peaks. It's fun to do those things. It's fun to live in a city and you can go to Folsom Street. You can go to How Weird. You can go to Dory Alley. It's fun that, I live in the city and, there's a massive pride event that happens. There's all these festivals that happen in Golden Gate Park and stuff like that. It's nice to live in a place like that. It's nice to live in it's nice to live in a place like this. Don't get me wrong, it's really expensive. And it would be much cheaper to live in Thailand. It'd be much cheaper to live in a lot of places. Um, but for now, I still want to live like in the U.S. Like I say, after I pay off my car, things will probably start to change pretty quick. And if Bitcoin really starts to go up, if cryptocurrency really start to, you know, increase like crazy, yeah, I might be taking off again pretty soon. Yeah, SF is super low key. That's why I like living in SF because it is low key. I like how it's not like flashy, you know. Super dope. Oh, I'm dodging questions. Are you? Am I single? I am totally single. Okay. Yeah, I'm totally single. Totally looking to mingle, but like, I don't know. I'm all like messed up in the head right now. So yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Dating is rough around here, dude. I'm not gonna say it's rough. Like I go through phases. I go through phases where like I'm talking to like a hell of people, and then I go through phases where I'm not talking. I go through phases where I'm not talking to anyone. You know, and right now I'm going through one of those phases where I'm not talking to anyone, and I'm like yawning. You know, my eyes all turning red. I'm getting tired now. Dang. Um, there's also two Mexican places on a diner that I recommend, but I'm not trying to open my maps at the moment. Oh, okay. Mm. I can't remember my favorite Mexican restaurant. I really like the place at oh, my favorite Mexican restaurant would be Papilotes, hands down. I love Papilotes. But is that like a local Mexican restaurant or is that like a chain? You know, like I don't know. Like is Papilotes like a local? Because it seemed local, but then whenever I see a place and they got multiple locations, I'm always wondering like, is it the same as that one restaurant with that one location? You know, that everybody go to the one spot. I don't know. I love Papilotes. Like my favorite thing that they have is their I think it's the medium salsa. Bro, the salsa is freaking good, dude. It's yeah, I don't know what they do to their salsa, but their salsa is really good. Um, JE, when was the last time you were on Fillmore? Fillmore, you know, I was over there at that Panda Express not too long ago. But like, yeah, I really don't go to Fillmore that much. It really depends on what part of Fillmore. Yeah, it really depends on what part of Fillmore because I actually do go to Fillmore, believe it or not. Fillmore's a long street. So there's a couple places in the marina near Fillmore I would hang out at, right? And then there's a spot at the 200 block of Fillmore that I used to, you know, a little restaurant I used to pick up food from, right? That's the Fillmore. And then there's the Panda Express, which that's at Fillmore, like Fillmore near Gary, okay? So these are all three totally different parts of the Fillmore. you know, completely different, by the way. Like all of them are. The 200 block of Fillmore kind of reminds me of near Panda Express a little bit. I haven't seen you around Civic Center Metro. So I don't live in that area anymore. Yeah, I don't live in that part of the city. So that's why you don't see me down there anymore. Like honestly, I really miss living down there because it's just really fun to go walking and you're in the middle of the city and you can go for a walk and stuff like that. That's always a lot of fun. And yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know. I'm like starting to like yawn like crazy. I'm gonna actually chew some gum. I'm gonna like grab it really fast. Funny. I'm like chew some gum. Like that'll it'll always make me stop yawning. Mm, still doing Uber Eats. Yeah, I still do Uber Eats. Show me your lighting rig later. Okay, I'll show it to you. I got two lights. I got a big soft white right here. Over here, I got the electronic light that you can change the colors and all that. It's over there in the corner. So I use them both for like lights in the room, and I'm totally cool with that because like since I have them both on now, what I'll do is I'll cut this one off, and then I'll just get in bed. And then when I get in bed, I can cut this one off with the app on the phone. So that way, you know, I'll just cut this one off like later, and then I can cut it down and stuff with the app on the phone. So it's pretty dope. Still doing Uber Eats. Yes, still doing the apps, right? Yeah, still doing it. Still, you know, buying cryptocurrency for sure. Strips or lights or freestanding. Mm-mm. This is on a stand. This stand can extend, I think, 8 feet. So it's a pretty decent stand. And then I got this stand here. I love this one, y'all. And this one can withstand like 12 feet. I love this one. This is how like, this is super adjustable. Basically, you know why it's right here? So this is my bed, and I'll attach the phone here, and I'll like watch videos in bed, like this. So like I literally watch videos like this in bed. Mm. Yeah, so it's pretty cool. Need a clamp. Mm, you still cuddle? I still cuddle. I wish I had someone to cuddle with. That'd be fun. Siobhan, you still want to eat mushrooms and cuddle all day? You want to do it tomorrow? Do I have any mushrooms? I think I have some. I do. I got this mighty penis. This one's like super, they're the strongest one. You want to do it tomorrow? Oh, you still have yours? Yeah, remember, I got these like a while ago. Not a while ago, but like a couple weeks ago. And I just never ate them. I gotta be in a good headspace to do mushrooms. Because a couple trips ago, I had a bad trip. Yeah, I totally had a bad trip, yo. What do you want to do? Just like eat, like just like, or you want to eat them like at your house and just chill there? That'll be fun. I think we both have to be on the right level. Why you have a bad trip? Okay, let me explain why I had a bad trip. Okay. Mm. Pretty much what I tried to do is I tried to repeat a previous trip. Okay. Previous trip, I basically ate the mushrooms and walked like 4 miles downtown. Okay. Went to the How Weird Festival. Straight shroomed out, dude. Right? Right when I got there, well, before I got there, it was kicking in. Because doing all that walking, like, helps it kick in. By the time I got there, like, I was going. And then, like, maybe an hour later, like, I was just, you know, but, like, I was there with, like, a couple friends, so I wasn't there by myself. But, like, yeah, that shit was crazy, right? Had a blast. Had a good time. So, like, a month after that, it was the Daddy Festival, right? Some daddy block party they were having. So I tried to do the same thing. I tried to like walk the 4 miles downtown, got down there and start hanging out with my ex. Okay. My ex was like, oh, so, you know, if we go over to this weed store, they giving out this and they giving out that if you buy like $50 worth of this. And I was like, okay, well, let's go. We got all the way there, which my ex like sort of pulled me away from downtown because, see, if it wasn't for that weed shop, I would have been on shrooms and I would have stayed downtown. And I would have just been like, sorry, I just would have been goofing off downtown, okay? So I wouldn't have been in like this whole depressive headspace, okay? I would have just been like out having a good time. I probably would have went to some bars and stuff, you know, shroomed out, just talking shit, right? Like I would have just had a good time, okay? Instead, I was hanging out with my ex, right? And I was all like thinking about like how I miss my ex and stuff, and that's how it became a bad trip because I was all like feeling like lonely and shit, and feeling like, oh, like I want to be with you, you know, like I miss you, you know, like I wasn't saying that, but like, you know, like I was just like, you know, just wanted to be with my ex so bad, you know, and that's why it was a bad trip. And then, yeah. And I ended up like hanging out with my ex for like a couple hours after that. And yeah, it was rough. But if I would have just stayed downtown, like I would have had a good time, you know? I would have had a blast. Sounds like a great time. What depression thoughts were you thinking? Depressive thoughts, like, you know, how I missed my ex and how, like, I wasn't meeting anybody new and how I'm not making as much money as I used to and how I, like, I used to, like, just take airplanes all the time and, like, get the passport stamped, like, all the time, and I'm not doing that now. So I'm just like, damn, I fucking came back here and bought this car. And I should have just rented a car because when you rent a car, you can just turn it back in. And I'm like, damn, I fell for this fucking American trap again. So I'm a little bummed out about that. I'm like, fuck, you know? Shit, this ain't what life's supposed to be like. I'm ignoring y'all's comments. I'm sorry. Oh, where do you get mushrooms? They sell mushrooms in the Castro on the street on a table. It sounds crazy, right? Basically, they sell them outside of 440. So when I say 440, 440 Castro. It's a little bar. So if you go to 440 and just look right down, you'll see a little table. It's like a bank right there. And they have a little table and they sell all sorts of mushrooms. They sell the nasty mushrooms, which I don't mind. I'll eat them joints, you know. But I don't know why people don't like them because people say they taste nasty. Um, they definitely taste like shit, I would say. They definitely don't taste good. They taste horrible. However, sometimes like when you're taking like some cough syrup, like you don't like the cough syrup, but once you take the cough syrup, you're gonna feel better. So you okay with that the cough syrup tastes like shit. Basically, that's how mushrooms are, you know? Okay, so they got the mushrooms like that. I think they have a ground up mushrooms, and I also think a they have mushroom chocolate. So I get the mushroom chocolate. Now I will say one thing about the mushroom chocolate. If you're trying to do like a whole dose, it's a lot of chocolate. I'm just gonna keep it real. Like it's a lot of chocolate. I mean, it's like a whole bar of chocolate. So if you're trying to do like a big dose. But also, if you do the chocolate, it it does it don't taste like shit. Number one, but it also dissolves evenly. So, for example, there's been times where like I've taken like mushrooms and it turns into like a ball, and it doesn't kick in for like 2-3 hours later. Okay, that definitely happens. That's never happened with chocolates though, because it's like mixed in with the chocolate evenly, so it just works. But no, if you're a big guy, I think it'll still work. I'm sorry, I wasn't trying to ignore your comments, but like I get carried away sometimes. Y'all like my questions? Y'all like my comments? Like, is it all good? You gotta give yourself credit for traveling overseas, brother. Yeah, I spent a lot of time overseas, and I'm not done. Like, I'm just taking a break. Like, I'm just, nesting some eggs. I'm planting some seeds. So when these seeds are able to grow and sprout, then I can leave the country and I'm able to live off of the fruits from these trees that I've planted since I've been back here in the city. So that is the game plan, okay? So I definitely do want to go back to traveling. You don't have to go through any services though. Thank you, Jermaine. I'm on a 440. I'm gonna go there tomorrow. If you see a tall dreadhead out there, it's me. I might actually be out in the cash flow tomorrow, maybe in the afternoon for a bit. Like lately, it's been cold outside. Since it's been cold outside, like I don't want to go out that much. Um, when you starting again, when I pay off my car, so maybe next year. I miss the travel streams. You seem like you're having so much fun on those trips. Well, definitely I was having so much fun because you have way less worry, or at least I had less worry back then. hmm Yeah, I mean, it's fun. It's fun living in the city, though. City life is it's just very happening, like it's always something going on. J.E., you gotta sort things out with your brother. Okay, should I call my brother? I want to get back to the Philippines, love the women in that country. Oh, you love the Filipino women, huh? Filipino women. What women I liked? I like them all. um, yeah, I like them all. Honestly, I like American women though. I think American women are the shit. Like I totally get it how I totally get it. Passport bros are like going to other countries and like getting women from other countries. But so what, yo? American women are dope. I mean, we share the same culture. As soon as I pay off my car, all that extra money will automatically go into investments. Okay, so let's talk about Bitcoin for a minute, because I was trying to break this down to someone that, bro, I think that people don't really understand that how little Bitcoin that there is in the world and how many dollars that there are. Okay, like they're gonna be printing more dollars like really soon. Okay, but they can't print more Bitcoin, and that makes it like valuable, dude. I cannot wait to those days when we see those God moves in Bitcoin. I'm talking about when you see Bitcoin going up 25% in a day. I'm telling y'all, they say within 3 to 4 years. Within 3 to 4 years, and honestly, I don't even think it's gonna be 3 or 4 years. I think it's probably gonna be less than a year. They say that it will not be any more Bitcoin available on the exchanges, bro. What do you think is gonna happen to the price then? What do you think is gonna happen to the price then? When there's no more Bitcoin on the exchanges. The only reason you can get Bitcoin on the exchanges today is because people are selling it. You gotta think, these big banks, these billionaires, they're constantly buying Bitcoin. Where are they buying the Bitcoin? Well, the Bitcoin that's being mined, those people are keeping that Bitcoin. So the banks ain't getting that. The banks are buying up all the extra Bitcoin that are sitting around on the exchanges. And after all of that Bitcoin is bought up, there will be more Bitcoin, don't get me wrong, but like it will be so hard to attain. It's crazy. It's crazy, like it's crazy, dude. Like I'm telling you, we're probably gonna see it go to 200,000 pretty soon. That's my guess. We're gonna see it run to 200. But okay, so I'll totally give y'all some key numbers with Bitcoin, and this is where things are gonna start to get a little crazy, okay? So right now, Bitcoin is about a $2 trillion valuation. So $2 trillion. I think Apple is about 3 trillion. I think Tesla is a little under 2 trillion. I think Tesla's like 1.8. Market cap of gold, okay? All the gold in the world. So you might wonder, like, how much all the gold will be. All the gold is about $18 trillion in the world if you added up all the mined gold, okay? So what's something else that's more valuable than gold, was worth way more than gold, right? Stock market, okay? I don't exactly remember how much the stock market is worth off the top of my head, but I believe the stock market is worth around $30 trillion. Let's ask Google. What's the evaluation of the entire US stock market? Okay, I was off. I was off by quite a bit. I'm actually pretty surprised to see how big this number is, because this number is actually gargantuan. I thought it would be about half of this, but no. 55 trillion, okay? But actually, that wasn't the number I was really going for, because the stock market is a little bit different. I was actually going more for the real estate market. So the real estate market is worth about, the U.S. real estate market is worth about $52 trillion. All right. There's a lot of inflated money in the real estate market. All right. But because houses are like investments. You know, people literally buy houses to put their money in the house because they know that the house is going to go up. And if they want to sell the house, they can make more money off of selling the house, right? So this is very important for Bitcoin. The average price for a house in the U.S. is about $420,000. Yo, when Bitcoin hits $420,000, a lot of people are going to start to scratch their head, because they're going to think, oh, dang, remember when it was at 100,000? And people are going to be looking and they're going to say, well, how long ago was it at 100,000? Okay, this is when it's at 420. So people are going to be looking, oh, it was 3 years ago. So within 3 years, this is my prediction. So it's going to take 3 years for it to hit 420,000. Okay, this is just my prediction. People are going to see that it got there in 3 years. Now, if you're a real estate investor, you got to think about something here. You sit back and you just watch Bitcoin go from 100,000 to 400,000 in 3 years. You own these houses, but you have to have a tenant. You have to pay property tax. You have to do maintenance. You have to do all this stuff. When landlords rent out houses, they make a very small profit margin, but they have to do a lot of stuff sometimes. Okay, right? Sometimes. What do you think is gonna happen when the price of Bitcoin go from 420,000 to 800,000? If it does it in a very short amount of time, my guess is you're gonna see landlords. They're gonna be dumping. They're gonna be dumping real estate, yo. Yeah. Hello. Hey. I'm streaming. I'll be out in a minute. I will. I'll be out in like 2 minutes. I'm almost. I gotta go soon. Yeah. So those are key numbers. Also, when it hits $800, no 800. No, when it hits 800,000, that would pass the market cap of gold. Once it passed 800,000, that's gonna be another slap in the face, because that's gonna be like, see, the problem. What's gonna happen to some people is people are gonna lose their shit because they're gonna have all of this time to have bought Bitcoin, and they haven't. Like, they're gonna lose their shit. I mean, this is just what I believe. Like, I'm not saying that this is actually gonna happen, but this is what I believe. I don't use TikTok either. Hey, but anyway, I'm gonna I gotta get off here because I'm gonna go make some food with someone at my house. So I'll see y'all, okay? Like, comment, subscribe. Thanks a lot for watching. I stream tomorrow or something. But I'll see y'all later. Bye bye. Peace out.